Thank you for joining me today. I am Kathy, a senior health transformation consultant for the health plan, and our topic today is practicing the art of savoring. So I'm guessing that you have heard a lot about the health benefits of practicing gratitude, but we do not hear as much about savoring, which is actually one of my favorite practices. What we're going to do today is just explore what it is, some of the benefits, and what it might look like for you to start this practice. So, savoring happens when we actively think about and appreciate our positive experiences and emotions. It keeps us in the moment and helps us to really enjoy what we are experiencing. When we do this, we are actually intensifying the positive emotions that we feel. It helps us to shift out of our natural tendency to see the negative things and to look for and see the positive things in our lives. Savoring can be done in the moment or about a past experience or even the anticipation of something to come. The great thing is that we don't need big moments to savor. It comes in the positive moments around us. So things like the decision to walk in the rain and jump in a puddle, the feel of the wind when you're riding your bike, the goofiness of your pet as you're playing, and the funny things your kid did that make you shake your head. So I've actually been savoring something for the past 4 years that my then 16-year-old daughter did. I had some really large cardboard that I had asked her to cut up for recycling. And when I was heading home from the office, she called me to tell me that it took her an hour and a half, but she finally got all of the cardboard cut up and she put it in 3 bags. Now, I know she's a little bit slower than me with tasks, but an hour and a half for a job that should have taken maybe 10 minutes, I was completely baffled right up until the time that I opened the garage and saw the bags. This poor girl cut the cardboard into small pieces. I mean, seriously, small pieces. So these pictures on the screen is what I actually saw. And to truly get a true perspective of the size, most of the pieces are smaller than a dollar bill. So for my daughter and me, the savoring memory also happens every time there's cardboard to cut up now. So not only did we savor in the moment, but when we reflect back on that experience, it brings up such joy for us. We have also gotten a lot of mileage out of this based on whenever there's new cardboard that needs to be cut up. So every time we think of this story, we can literally feel the happiness resurface and we cannot stop smiling and laughing. So, some of the benefits of savoring when we're practicing savoring, we experience strong and longer positive emotions like pride, joy, love, gratitude, and that feeling of peace. Dopamine is released not only when we experience pleasure, but when we anticipate it. There's less time to think about negative things that happen, and we build positive memories and feelings of connectedness to others, ourselves, and our environment. We also see an increase in mindfulness, which is simply noticing and being in the present moment without judging. It improves our mental and physical health, including better sleep, strengthens our immune system, and reduces our cortisol levels, which is one of our stress hormones. So let's take a closer look at the 3 opportunities to savor. The first is savor in the moment. So we practice this by paying attention to when something positive is happening or by thinking about something that you appreciate in your life. When we savor, notice positive feelings. Pay attention to what you're experiencing. So pay attention to your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell, taste, and feel? Pay attention to the things that you would usually just mindlessly do. Linger in the moment of that hot shower, or the smell of the bacon frying in the pan, or the call out of the blue from an old friend, or the amazing customer service you just experienced, or that wellness walk to clear your mind. Whatever it is that brings you joy, hold on to that moment just a little bit longer. The second opportunity is savoring a memory. So let's practice this together. Take a few moments to think about a joyful, funny, or memorable experience that happened. Think about the people, the sounds, the smell, the sight from that memory. Try to recreate a positive emotion that you felt as this experience was happening. Happiness, surprise, contentment, pure joy, excitement, Or did you experience something else? Does thinking about it pull you back into that moment and activate your senses? Notice if any other positive thoughts or experiences come to mind. Take a breath and notice how you are feeling now. Are you smiling? Maybe more relaxed? It's funny how some things can pop into our awareness. When I was looking for photos for this webinar, I came across this photo. I remembered how when I was a child, I would put olives on my fingers and then eat them. Rather than just let that pass as a fleeting memory, I took some extra time and I remembered the family parties, the graduations, and then I remembered that, oh yeah, I still do this as an adult. And now my nieces, nephew, and my daughter actually do it too. And if you're looking for other things that you can put on your fingers, bugles, I don't know if you, I think they're still around, you can use those as fingers as well. Our third opportunity is anticipatory savoring, which is when we are actively planning or thinking about the good things that are to come our way. Of course, there are big life milestones that we can savor, like planning on becoming a parent or a grandparent and imagining the future, the excitement of graduating and getting married. Savoring also happens, though, in the smaller things that we plan, the vacation or time off from work, planting the garden and imagining the flowers or vegetables when they're in full bloom, and planning to have dinner with a friend or going on a first date. Literally anything can be savored. I mentioned earlier that a chemical dopamine is released not only when experiencing pleasure, but also when we anticipate it. There are plenty of times that the anticipation of something turns out to be better than the experience. So, seriously, just maximize those good feelings by savoring the anticipation. And I promise you won't be sorry. Sometimes we hold off on savoring things to come out of fear that something bad will happen and we don't want to get our hopes up. It's true, sometimes things don't work out as we intended, but what I can share with you from my own experiences is that disappointment and even grief will be felt regardless of whether you savored the moments leading up to whatever it is. And after the initial emotional turmoil or disappointment, when I reflect back on the savoring that I practiced in those times, I can savor the savoring, which is separate from the negative outcome. So, some ways of enhancing savoring is to share it. Tell somebody about it or post a message on social media. Show your savoring. So express your positive feelings by smiling, laughing, and carrying it into the next thing that you do. Practice gratitude, not just for yourself by writing things down or journaling what you savored, but by sharing it again with somebody else. So if you experience a great customer service moment, don't be afraid to tell the manager. Don't be afraid to send a letter or a card to somebody. When we do these things, we are capitalizing on our positive experiences, and this helps us to internalize these positive feelings. I shared with you a savoring moment of my daughter and the cardboard. When I asked for permission to use this as an example, it allowed her to join me in that moment of savoring, which strengthens our connection and our relationship. I noticed that at the time, and even now, that eye contact increases. We kept smiling at each other as we were recounting the story and laughing with tears in our eyes. I even got a hug out of it before she left my home office. It was truly a phenomenal moment to share with her and to continue to share with her. So, my final thoughts for you and some takeaways: just make savoring part of your day. The small stuff counts, so does the big stuff and the things in between. The point is, don't wait for perfect and do not pressure yourself to make the most out of each moment. Simply enjoy, whether it's a past, present, or future experience. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me, and be well.